Ken's adventure in another world. Ken was a normal middle school boy in Japan. Every day, he went to school, did his homework, and played video games. But recently, he had a problem. He couldn't sleep at night. No matter how hard he tried, he lay awake in his bed, staring at the ceiling. One night, as he tossed and turned in his bed, he heard a strange voice. "Hey, kid." Ken sat up in shock. "Who's there?" he asked, his heart racing. In the corner of his room, he saw a small, glowing creature. It looked like a fox, but its fur was blue, and its eyes sparkled like stars. "I am Nico, a messenger from another world," the creature said. "You have been chosen to save my world." Ken blinked, trying to understand. "What? Save your world? How?" Before he could say more, Nico jumped onto his bed. "There's no time to explain. Come with me." Suddenly, the room spun, and bright lights surrounded Ken. When the light faded, he found himself in a strange new world. The sky was purple, the trees were silver, and the air smelled like flowers. "Where am I?" Ken asked. "This is Alara," Nika explained. "Our world is in danger. The demon lord is trying to destroy it, and only you, the chosen hero, can stop him." Ken was confused. "Me? How can I stop him? I'm just a regular kid." But Nico shook his head. "You are the chosen one, Ken. You have powers you don't even know about yet." The journey begins. Ken didn't have much time to think. Soon, a group of people approached him. They were knights, wizards, and villagers, all looking at him with hope. "Welcome, hero," said a tall knight named Sir Roderick. "We have been waiting for you." Ken was taken to the village, where he began to train. Sir Roderick taught him how to use a sword, and a kind wizard named Alara helped him learn basic spells. Each day, Ken practiced, becoming stronger and more confident. However, Ken wasn't sure he was ready to face the demon lord. "How can I defeat someone so powerful?" he asked Laura one night as they sat by the campfire. Alara smiled gently. "Strength isn't just about power, Ken. It's about courage and the will to protect those you care about." Ken thought about her words and felt a little more confident. The trial of courage. One day, while traveling to the demon lord's castle, Ken's group passed through a dark forest. Suddenly, the ground shook, and a giant monster appeared. It was a massive, fire-breathing dragon, blocking their path. Ken's heart pounded in fear. "How can we fight that?" he cried. Sir Roderick drew his sword. "Stay back, hero. We will handle this." But as the knights and wizards attacked the dragon, it became clear that their attacks were not enough. The dragon's flames were too strong. Ken looked around, seeing his friends struggling. He knew he had to help. Summoning all his courage, he grabbed his sword and charged at the dragon. Ken, no! Elora shouted, but it was too late. Ken dodged the dragon's flames and, with a loud yell, struck its leg with his sword. The dragon roared in pain, but it wasn't defeated yet. Just then, Nico appeared by Ken's side. "Use your magic, Ken," Nico urged. "You have the power inside you." Ken closed his eyes and concentrated. He felt warmth in his chest, and when he opened his eyes, his sword was glowing with magical light. He swung the sword again, and this time, a powerful beam of light shot out, hitting the dragon's heart. With a final roar, the dragon collapsed and disappeared into dust. Ken stood, panting, as his friends gathered around him, cheering. "You did it, hero," Sir Roderick said, clapping him on the back. Ken smiled, feeling proud but also a little shocked. "I didn't know I could do that." "Your power is growing," Elora said, smiling at him. "You're becoming the hero we need." The mysterious cave. After defeating the dragon, the group continued their journey. But along the way, they came across a mysterious cave. It was dark and cold, with strange symbols on the walls. "This place feels strange," Ken said, shivering. "I've heard legends about this cave," Elora said. "It is said that inside lies a magical stone that can boost the hero's strength." Ken knew he needed every advantage he could get to defeat the demon lord, so he decided to enter the cave. Nico and Elora went with him, while Sir Roderick and the knights stayed behind to guard the entrance. Inside the cave, they faced many challenges. There were traps, puzzles, and strange creatures that tried to block their way. But with Nico's guidance and Elora's magic, Ken managed to reach the deepest part of the cave. There, they found the magical stone. It glowed with a soft blue light, and when Ken touched it, he felt a surge of energy flow through him. "This power. It feels incredible," Ken said, his body glowing with new strength. "You are now ready to face the demon lord," Nico said, smiling. "But remember, power alone is not enough. You must also believe in yourself." The final battle. Finally, the day came to face the demon lord. Ken and his friends traveled to the demon lord's dark castle, which sat on top of a tall mountain. The sky was filled with storm clouds, and thunder rumbled in the distance. Inside the castle, they found the demon lord sitting on a throne, his red eyes glowing with evil. "So, the little hero has come to fight me," the demon lord laughed. "You are no match for me." Ken's hands trembled, but he stepped forward, his sword glowing with the power from the magical stone. "I may not be strong enough on my own," Ken said, But with my friends and the people I'm protecting, I won't lose. The battle was intense. The demon lord attacked with dark magic, and Ken had to use all of his strength and skills to defend himself. Elora and Nico helped, casting spells and protecting him from the worst of the attacks. At one point, the demon lord knocked Ken to the ground. Ken felt like giving up, but then he remembered everything he had learned. He thought of Sir Roderick's training, Elora's wisdom, and Nico's encouragement. With a deep breath, Ken stood up and raised his sword. "This is for everyone." He shouted and charged at the demon lord with all his might. With one final strike, Ken's sword pierced the demon lord's heart. The demon lord let out a terrible scream and disappeared into dust. The storm clouds cleared, and sunlight filled the castle. Ken had done it. He had saved the world. The awakening. The people of Elora cheered and thanked Ken for his bravery. They threw a huge celebration in his honor, with music, food, and dancing. Ken couldn't believe it. He had really become a hero. But as he was enjoying the party, Ken suddenly felt very tired. His eyes began to close, and everything around him started to fade. When he opened his eyes again, he was back in his bed, sunlight streaming through the window. He sat up, blinking in confusion. Was it all a dream? He looked at the clock. It was 7 a.m. He had finally fallen asleep, and the whole adventure was just a dream. Ken smiled to himself. Even though it was only a dream, it felt real. And maybe one day he could be a hero even if it was just in his dreams. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please click the subscribe and like buttons. Also, please give me your feedback and comments.